Hi everybody, this is Gillyfleur Illustration, and I thought for once I'd try and do some audio commentary over SpeedPaint. I saw originally that Drawing with Waffles, her channel, she does the commentary as well, and I thought it was a really nice way of adding a little extra touch to the SpeedPaints, making them a little bit more engaging when you're watching them. I mean, music's good and all, but sometimes you just want a little bit of background on the images, just like I like to do sometimes. Hopefully this won't be too awkward a commentary. Hopefully I won't mess it up too much either. Been a massive nerd and wrote down notes as well, so I know roughly what to say while I'm doing this. This is part of a Draw This Again challenge. Now, I'm a total sucker for doing these challenges. I love redrawing my old drawings. I don't know what it is, but they're just so much fun to do. This one is a redraw of LISAGARLAND from Silent Hill. The original I did was back in about 2012, I think, so a long time ago. Yeah, it was okay at the time. I quite liked it at the time. It was quite popular on Tumblr. Well, as popular as things go for me anyway. So I thought maybe redrawing it would be a nice thing to do again. Maybe more people, new people would be interested in it. Who knows? So yeah, I've got this sketch layer done first. As you can see, I've already started shading on that face way too soon, but shading faces is by far my favourite thing of any drawing to do, really. If I could just draw faces 3/4 angles looking to the left forever, that's what I do. I had a lot of problems with the face here, so I did try and redraw it one stage. Didn't work, so I moved some things around with the original, and it kind of got to a point where I liked it. Wasn't too bad. Although differently, like I had no problems with the pose for once. I thought like the leg position and the overall hunch just came straight away really well. Yeah, it made some changes to the colour of her dress and her hair as well, because I actually looked at a reference from actual screenshots, and that made me realise I'd done a few things wrong there, so I just made a few adjustments. You shouldn't really use your old art as references for new art. It's never really a great idea. Always go back to the source if you can. I had to redraw that hand quite a few times as well. Got the shape looking right on there in the end, although it was the wrong size. I'd go back in there later, make it a bit smaller, because otherwise I think that hand's bigger than her face. That's just weird. Yeah, overall sort of shading getting done here just to get that sort of value right. This is a fairly new technique, a fairly new way of doing digital art for me. I've only been doing it for the past 2 or 3 months, I think. Ever since I got these new brushes by a concept artist called Darken. I can put a link in the description if anyone's interested in them. They're really nice brushes. It's a huge set, they're totally free as well. I just got them on a whim. And there's so many nice textures in there, and they're so nice to sketch with. Before this I was just using SpeedPaint tool mostly, but I found everything was so smooth in it. I thought it was just nice to get that more rough texture, especially in sort of images like, well, it's Silent Hill fan art. It's not going to be smooth, it's not going to be shiny, it's got to be rough, it's got to be over textured. Wow, I've talked over most of this without actually talking much about the drawing. Hopefully it'll still be interesting though. I overlaid some red over the top of this just to get that sort of red tone for the overall image. Silent Hill as a game is very red, like if you were to assign a colour to it, it would be red, so I overlaid and did a lay and multiply as well for red, just to get that sort of value right and looking good there, so the colours would match after that. Defining sort of more areas with shading here. The hair I wanted to look like it was sort of loosely falling, not as well kept as it would be, because this is sort of intended to be set just after she had her talk with James and that he's left her in that room, and that really sort of sad moment, which probably one of the most rememberable? That's a hard word to say. Rememberable scenes in any video game I've played. I mean, Silent Hill for me, Silent Hill 2 especially, one of the best games out there really. Definitely the best survival horror game. I mean, I mostly only play survival horror games, so yeah, it's probably one of the best games for me, with the exception of 1 of 2, of course. Just going with some more details in the face here. I try not to use black too much when shading. I find it really muddies up colours and the overall look of an image. So try and sort of avoid black wherever you can. I tend to use it only really around the eyes just to sort of really make them stand out a bit more. You can see the image was flickering there just a moment ago. I was trying to compare the sort of paint layer to the sketch layer, and I realised that the shape of that mouth was just not how it was in the sketch layer, and I really liked how it looked in the sketch layer. So I sort of painted over again, pushing it around, making sure it was in the right place, and it finally got to a place where I liked it. So that was good. Just a few more details here to go. I do always over detail faces more than the rest of the image. I kind of sort of get sloppy when it gets to the rest of the image. Something I really need to work on. That and backgrounds. Kind of can do some backgrounds as long as I really plan them out to start with, but seeing as the original image that this is a redraw of, I thought, yeah, it doesn't need a new background. It should be fine. Although comparing this to the old image, I'll try and see if I can put the original image, either a link in the description or up on the screen. I'm fairly new to this, so I'll see how I can do that. I think it's definitely vastly improved from 2012, but you would think after 3 years that it would be. Just using more of those texture brushes here for the background. I love these textures, they look so good, especially got that really great Silent Hill feel. I actually turned this image into a GIF as well, which you'll see me do in a minute. That's on my blog. Also link in the description. I'm saying link in the description a lot. Video's coming to a close now, and hopefully this commentary wasn't too awkward to listen to. If it was, you can just mute this, put your own music on. Anyway, thank you for watching everybody, and I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye!